Welcome to the Return to the Office mandatory training. Now that we're ready to go back to the P&G offices, we must guarantee all our employees are properly equipped to adjust their behaviors to new expectations at the site. This training will guide you on how to 1. Follow mandatory safety, health, and hygiene protocols. 2. Interact with your colleagues while you're at the office. 3. Follow recommended safety practices before you arrive and after you leave our offices. Our priority is your safety, the safety of your loved ones, and the organization you work with. This is #ForMeForUs. P&G has high expectations on the rigorous adoption of mandatory protocols within the P&G spaces, as well as the safety recommendations for you to follow outside P&G offices. Let's always start our day with a self-assessment. Every day, before leaving home, ask yourself, do I or anyone in my family have unusual symptoms? If the answer to the question is yes, you must stay home and call or email your manager and medical department. Now that we're ready to go, what should I do on my way to work? If P&G's transport option is available in your location, please follow your local provider's instructions and P&G protocols. If you travel in your own vehicle instead, we recommend you have a face mask available and use sanitizer regularly. If you bring another passenger with you, you'll need to implement physical distance in your vehicle. If you're driving, the other person needs to sit in the back to comply with the appropriate separation, and you should both wear masks. We don't advise using public transportation. If absolutely necessary, wear a face mask and keep physical distancing. Use hand sanitizer. So far, we've learned how to get ready at home and how commuting's going to look like. Pop quiz. I only have a headache. It should be nothing. Can I go to the office? 1. Yes, it doesn't mean anything. 2. No, but I won't tell anyone. 3. No, I'll call my manager and medical department to let them know. As a precaution to identify and control spread of a virus, all entrants must go through a temperature screening and answer a questionnaire of symptoms and exposure before entering office space. Those employees who show a temperature above P&G guidelines won't be allowed in the building. Once you enter, masks must always be worn in any office space, even if the physical distance is respected. P&G will provide enough masks and equipment for you every day. We know this is new to most of us, but why should we wear masks? COVID-19 is primarily transmitted through respiratory droplets. Masks help capture droplets, so we help reduce transmission, especially in the early stages of the virus when someone could be a carrier of the virus while not having symptoms. By wearing a mask, you keep yourself, your coworkers, and your family safe. So, how to put the mask on correctly? First, wash or sanitize your hands. Then place the mask carefully, ensuring it covers your mouth and nose, and tie it securely to minimize any gaps between the face and the mask. Avoid touching the mask while wearing it. Masks must be discarded after 4 to 8 hours of wear time, depending on the conditions. If the mask gets damaged, saturated, or damp, it must be appropriately discarded and replaced with a new one. If you're going to remove your mask, first wash your hands. Do not touch the front of the mask. Always untie it from behind. After removal or otherwise touching a used mask, immediately clean your hands. Don't remove the face mask even if you are alone. Let's keep moving. At the entrance, we'll have detailed visual markings to keep the appropriate physical distance while walking in common spaces and elevators. To limit physical contact, we should forego hugs, handshakes, and kisses for a while. Let's have fun trying the ways people greet each other around the world, maintaining the physical distance required. Once we're inside of the elevator, let's minimize touching elevator control panels with bare hands. Enter and exit quickly, follow capacity restrictions, and refrain from talking. Wash your hands as often as possible. Now that we're inside the office, let's get a proper hand wash. Wet hands with water. Apply soap. Rub palms, back of the hands, between fingers, under nails, thumbs, and wrists for at least 20 seconds. If soap and water are unavailable, sanitizer should be applied the same way. We know it's a lot of information, so let's see how we're going. Pop quiz, double dose. I sneezed and my face mask feels really damp. What should I do? 1. Clean my hands, remove the old mask, correctly dispose it, change it for a new one, and clean my hands again. 2. It's just a little damp. I don't see why I should change it. 3. Take it off, leave it in my desk to dry a little. I overslept and I'm really going to be late for an important video conference. The elevator is already at maximum capacity. Would it really matter if I jump in? 1. An extra person won't make a difference. I should squeeze in. I should definitely wait for the next elevator. Physical distancing is key to prevention. Routines have changed, but we've managed new ways of working to ensure maximum protection of our employees. Physical distancing guidelines must always be followed, so we'll balance work in the office and work from home. At this stage, it's not allowed to use multiple workstations. You'll need to be at the same workstation and stay within your designated neighborhood or area. Don't share frequently touched items. Always wipe down your area before and after use. You'll have an alcohol or safe chlorine solution for this purpose. We were used to having face-to-face meetings in the office constantly. Nevertheless, we have a new normality and we should try to use virtual meeting resources when possible, and only plan face-to-face meetings if absolutely necessary. All meeting rooms will have reduced seatings to ensure physical distancing. It is not allowed to move chairs between rooms, and you must keep 2-meter distance to anyone in the room throughout the meeting. The room should be cleaned afterwards following your site's protocol. Reschedule activities that can't follow these guidelines. Meals have always been important to our social interaction. Let's take a look at the new guidelines we must follow. 1. Always keep 2-meter distance in line. 2. Have payment ready for quick checkout. 3. Do not eat at a non-dedicated workstation or meeting room. 4. Do not to gather in dining rooms and leave as soon as you've finished eating. 5. At the dining room cafeteria, it's only allowed to eat at the designated areas and chairs. Don't move chairs from their marked location or bring chairs together at a table. Please, only remove your mask when you're about to eat and discard it in a designated area. Remember to sanitize your hands before you start to eat. Put back on a new one immediately after finishing, and remember to clean your hands before and after touching the mask. Don't talk if your mask is not on. When you need to use the bathroom, the guidelines are similar. Keep physical distancing, follow visual controls, don't linger, be as fast as possible, wash your hands again, and be aware of your site's maximum capacities. How are we going to remember all of this? We need to practice a lot, so let's have a pop quiz summary. The safety elements common in all of the activities we've done so far are 1. Hygiene. Wash your hands. 2. Keep a 2 meters physical distance. 3. Use your mask at all times. 4. Clean your workstation constantly. Only critical visitors with HR approval in advance will be allowed access to our buildings. All visitors will go through the temperature screening process, have to wear masks, follow all the safety guidelines, and must be escorted at all times with the proper physical distance required. If you've already been to the office and you start feeling sick, Stay at home, call your site's medical department, and follow the instructions. Remember that by staying at home, you take care of everyone else. If you feel sick while at work, go to the medical department. We know this is a different reality. We need to adjust our behaviors and learn new ways of doing things. Feeling distressed is completely normal under these circumstances. If you need to talk, reach out to someone you trust, your manager, coach, mentor, medical services, HR team, visit Work-Life Solutions website, or call your PAE contact. Protecting yourself first and being supportive to others can really make a difference. This situation is new ground for all of us, but if we all do our part, take good care of each other, protect the most vulnerable, and follow the rules and recommendations, we can stay safe at work. We are working continuously to create better and safer conditions for everyone at P&G. You're our key player, and we're all accountable to protect each other. If you see a behavior that is not compliant with the safety standards, give that person feedback on the spot with a caring message. You can also talk as a team to give feedback to your teammates if they aren't following protocols. A kind reminder can prevent contagion and keep everyone safe. We can do this. If we all follow these 6 principles, we'll take care of ourselves, our teams, and our loved ones. 1. Hygiene is key. Wash your hands constantly. 2. Keep a 2-meter physical distance at all times. 3. Use your mask at all times. 4. Clean your workstation constantly. 5. Be a role model. 6. Give timely and caring feedback. Hashtag for me, for us. Your family and your loved ones are waiting for you at home. Share everything you've just learned with them so they can stay safe too. We thank you for paying attention to these mandatory safety protocols and recommendations, and for your effort and compliance during this new stage. Welcome back to the office.